the kind of thing that was so right on time. She's giving me joy, joy, joy. That girl, she brings me joy. I love that song, y'all. I had to just start singing that because it's been in my head, and I absolutely love that song by Blackstreet. But Lupita Nyong'o is not bringing the dark-skinned activist joy, joy, joy. Lupita Nyong'o is bringing the dark-skinned activists to the question of why would you do this to other oppressed dark-skinned women regarding trying to usurp the dark-skinned, darkism, colorism narrative that you had no part in creating. Facts. And I want to say shout out to, I'm going to say your name because you're the one that prompted this. First of all, before I continue on, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. Is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. Who am I? I am the woman that is responsible for introducing the entire colorism, dark-skin, darkism narrative to social media and eventually television. But what Black women have done, and y'all say, what are you talking about? Wow. I'll get into that. I'll tell you how. Most of you watching me, you know what it is. Google me. What Black women have done to me is help to continue the oppression of another Black woman, which is, let's keep it real. This is dark skin on dark skin, darkism. This is Black on Black darkism, brown skin on brown skin darkism, light skin on dark skin darkism. Because another form of darkism is when a Black person or any person takes something away or tries to take something away. And we're talking about intellectual property wise, idea wise, from another Black woman that they know they didn't have no part in creating. And they want to claim credit for themselves, or they want to use it for themselves. This is what has happened to Rashida Strober, myself, the world's first dark-skinned activist. And it started happening after 2015. I've said that so many times in my videos, more times than I could count. Mark that date. 2015 was the year that marks when the dark-skinned activists introduced the colorism topic, the dark-skin topic, the darkism topic onto the scene. Actually, I didn't introduce it. It actually went viral because I had already been doing my work as the dark-skinned activist prior to, but it finally hit critical mass in 2015 as a result of the Kendrick Lamar beef that I had about his light-skinned girlfriend. After that time is when you saw Black women start to talk about dark skin, colorism, and darkism. I call it darkism. Darkism is the word that I coined. It's also the title of my book. But the point is, you do not see dark-skinned women, whether celebrities, social media people, they were not talking about dark skin prior to the world being introduced to the dark-skinned activists. 2015 marks that time. And what they did was they came to my channel after the 2015 beef went viral all over the internet to millions of people. They said, I want to see who this woman is. What is she talking about? They wrote me off, they mocked me, and then they relentlessly turned around and copied my channel. That is a fact. And I'm documenting the history. Lupita, you're a part of that because you're a bandwagon jumper. So let me get to the person that spurred this video. And I want to say shout out to you. Me and you have disagreed on a lot of things, but you know what? We agree on this particular instance because we're both right. It's facts. So I want to go to her comment. And actually, I don't know if you want me to say your name, so I'm not going to do that. But if y'all want to go to my Facebook page, you can see. But I'm going to read your comment because you kept it real. You kept it 100% real. Give me a second for this to load. And by the way, make a donation to my dark skin campaign, which is the first of its kind. I'm pretty sure these dark skinned women that they went to my GoFundMe, they've gone to my my website, darkskinactivist.com. The internet allows you to be anonymous. You can sit back and watch YouTubers like me or people like me, bloggers like me with lower followings and steal. And that's what's happening. People need to be honest about this. I am so tired of people not being honest about this, about what has happened to me. Y'all try to sit up here and act as if what I'm saying makes no sense. You're not telling the truth, and you're not being honest with yourself, and it's purely based on what is factual. That is why I keep saying to go back prior to 2015. That is why I keep giving you a timeline, because the timeline and the date stamps, especially on YouTube, because everything gets put on YouTube, proves that I am the person that brought the dark skin, colorism, and darkism topic to the internet masses, and therefore the masses. And other Black women, they brought their asses up on my channel and they copied. This is a fact. So let's get to this comment. Let me go back to what my original post that says. Lupita is a colorism opportunist. That was my comment. Then this young lady came on here and she said, I agree with this. I said this. People only praise her because she plays a good slave. That is what this person said. And me and her had an exchange. We went back and forth, and I'm going to read to you our exchange. And shout out to the people that can see through all the frauds and the people that are using my ideas and my work for themselves and not giving me credit. Shout out to the people that recognize that. I really appreciate y'all. So I said in response, finally, we agree on something. And then she said she's manipulative. This is what the person responded to me. And then I said, very much so. She has manipulated the colorism narrative of which she had no part in creating to parlay it into publicity for herself. And this person said, yep. She even took a shot at pop star Dencia, her choice to bleach on stage. So thank you for seeing through the fraud. Thank you for seeing through the fact that I have been pointing out that dark-skinned women, whether famous or not, have basically copied and plagiarized my work. Thank you for seeing and understanding that. I want to go back to this particular comment because this is very important. Lupita Nyango, what she has done is she has manipulated the colorism narrative to benefit herself in terms of getting publicity, and also in terms of another revenue stream in terms of writing this children's book, which of course books need publicity. So that's what she's done. She has manipulated. It's either her or her handlers, somebody around her that has watched what is going on with colorism and dark skin and darkism on the internet, and they have decided, I want a piece of that. I want some of that. Instead of her coming to Rashida Strober, for example, who actually created the entire narrative. Research me when I say that. Her, like other dark-skinned women, thanked me by plagiarizing me. This is what they do. This is what they have been doing. Black dark-skinned women have been doing this to me since 2015. Now let's get into the history of who I am and why I'm saying all of this. Let me get into this. In 1998, well, let's go back. I've told this story before, but for some of you, maybe you have not heard it. You might be new to my channel. I want you to clearly understand when I talk about I invented dark skin activism, I introduced the entire colorism narrative to the internet and the social media masses. I want you to understand why I'm saying this. So let's go back. In my childhood, I was called every name in the book for being dark skinned. And I'm not saying, let's stop. Pay attention. I'm not saying that other people have not had my experience. What I am saying is that I'm the first person to create a movement and a brand around my darkism experience. Understand that clearly. I am not saying that I have not that other people have not had the same dark skin discrimination experiences. I've never said that. What I'm saying, again, I want to be clear. Rashida Strober, myself, I am the first person in human history to create a movement around my dark skin experience. I am the first person to bring the colorism narrative to the internet. Nobody else, no other Black woman, no other YouTuber, no celebrity can say they did it. What happened is other Black women simply stole from me and never gave me credit. These are facts. Go fact check. And I have to tell the truth in a sea of lies, in a sea of frauds, because we have intelligent, honest people like the person that came on my post that told the truth. She saw through it. So I'm going to continue to put the truth out. I'm not going to stop. So let's go back. In my childhood, now that I have clarified that I'm not saying that other dark-skinned people haven't had my experience, what I'm saying that I'm the first person to build a brand and a movement around my experience. I'm the first to do that. That is a fact. So that being said, we go back to my childhood. I was called every name in the book for being dark-skinned, every name in the book. And my burning question was why. I wanted to understand why. I was an introvert, dark-skinned introvert, and I was quiet, but it always lingered in my mind, why am I being picked on for being dark-skinned? And so as I began to get older and develop, what I would do is I would go to my family members' houses, friends, and I would start talking about what I talk about now, colorism, dark skin. I'm telling y'all, I brought this to the internet and people stole it from me. This is my story. You can go fact check with my family and they will tell you this. So my family, they didn't want to hear about it. And I remember a particular individual in my family kicked me out of her house. Let me stop right here. I hope you're not watching my channel to copy this story, because people steal so much from me. But you can't steal my authentic life story. You can't do that. You're not Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist. What you have done is stolen and ripped off everything. And I'm talking to the Black women out here, celebrities and YouTubers that come to my channel and steal from me. This is what they do. Let me continue. There was a family member of mine who got tired of me talking about colorism, darkism, dark skin, and she kicked me out. As a undergraduate student at St. Petersburg College in 1998, and many of y'all know this story because some of y'all done read the book and y'all have listened to my interviews, and some of y'all know, but a lot of people don't know, so I'm gonna put it out again. In 1998, the year was 1998, there was nobody talking about colorism. There was nobody talking about colorism. Where were you, Lupita? But you so passionate about it now. Your ass was nowhere around, and none of these chicks on the internet, y'all are all fucking frauds. In 1998, I got the opportunity, after years of experiencing this and trying to talk to my family and friends about it and being rejected. I got the opportunity to speak at St. Petersburg College, and I chose to talk specifically and intentionally only about dark skin. And that gave birth to dark skin activism, because from that point, that is what I continue to do. It started at St. Petersburg College, where I talked about the dark-skinned Sudanese model, Alec Weck. And I had researched some information about her prior to giving the speech and discovered that she had the same issues. And I said, you know what? There's nobody talking about this. I have been searching for someone to speak only on dark skin. The person did not exist. They did not exist. This is why I'm angry at these Black women, because they know that they have not been talking about colorism, dark skin before me. They know that. I'm the only person that can say this because it's the truth. I have a history from 98 all the way up into the present of only speaking about dark skin in terms of advocacy. Nobody else can say that. If they're saying it, they've listened to Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist. They've studied me and they're copying that, my life story, basically, which is insane. So in 1998, I gave birth to dark skin activism. And from that point on, I began to develop the science of dark skin activism into a movement, which consisted of me giving community darkism talks. That's number one. Writing plays, about only dark skin, writing books about only dark skin, and creating the Dark Skin Activist Tour. Before there was a Lupita ever existing, before there was people on social media who relentlessly copied my channel, before any of these people, before that was that Flexing My Complexion campaign chick girl that they've been putting out here with the being bullied for, before all of that, I created this brand around only dark skin called Dark Skin Activism. And I call myself the Dark Skin Activist. I created that phrasing, Dark Skin Activist, as my brand name. Now, let me clarify this because some people get confused. They say, you're not the first dark skin activist. What they're saying is, I'm not the first activist that's dark skinned. That is not what I mean. My brand name is Dark Skin Activist, just like McDonald's is McDonald's, just like, I don't know, Nike is Nike. I created this thing called Dark Skin Activist, which is a brand. It belongs to me. It is my intellectual property. And I built products around dark skin activism. So let's continue on. I continue to develop this, and I realized I have to get publicity for this. I have to get this out to the public. I have to let more people know about it. And so that's what I went about doing. I went about working to, get on television. I produced my plays, working to, get it promoted. I worked my ass off for years, from 98 all the way up until, and I would say it really started to sort of take off a bit in 2010. This is before all these people. Now, listen to these dates. Listen to these years. In 2010, I decided to do, now I started the Dark Skin Activist Tour in 2006. But remember, when you don't have financial backing and you're not famous like Lupita, or you don't have money, you're gonna have to grind and hustle. That's what I was doing. So I had to promote my stuff, and it took a long time. I had to keep doing my shows over and over and over again, trying to get money, trying to get funding, trying to get publicity for it, from 2006 to 2010. So in 2010, after, of course, years of performing this on small circuits in St. Petersburg, 2010, well before Lupita was on the scene. Where were you at, Lupita, talking about colorism and dark skin? You were nowhere to be found. Where were you at with your dark skin children's book? You're a bandwagon jumper. Facts. Where were you? Continuing right along, 2010, I decided to do my play in St. Petersburg at the Royal Theater. And there's an interview. I have so much proof and evidence of me creating this entire dark skin colorism discussion before anybody talked about it. In 2010, I did an interview, actually 2011, because I did the 2010 show, and then turned around and did another show in 2011. I just kept doing shows, as many as I could do. And there's this light-skinned lady that, shout out to her, she interviewed me in 2011, and I'm talking everything Lupita is talking about and all these people talking, I've already done that. That's why I said these people have studied me, and my work precedes theirs. And I have actual evidence of it, because if you go on my channel, you can go and see the interview I did in 2011 speaking about dark skin colorism in terms of my play and my experiences with it. Nothing that these women are doing is new. It's just that they have bigger platforms, and instead of them giving me credit for what I actually created, they're stealing and they're taking the credit for themselves. That's what's going on. But let me continue with the timeline. So 2010, I did my show in St. Petersburg Royal Theater. And then 2011, I did it again because people wanted me to, I had people come from New York. People loved the show. I did it again. And there was an interview that this Empress PJ, that's her name, shout out to her. In 2011, she liked the show. She said, I want to interview. And I put the interview up on my YouTube channel. It's there. You can go and look. Even if you go back and look through my channel, you'll see a history, probably the longest history on YouTube it is, speaking about only dark skin and colorism. You can't tell me that other people are not copying me, because I have the evidence to prove that I was here first, and a long track record prior to social media. So 2011, like I said, I did that interview. Then I decided that I was going to do another show in 2013. And of course, you're always trying to get publicity. So I contacted news outlets, newspaper outlets, I was able to get 2013. This was before this 12 years of slave stuff. This was before Lupita. Go back and look at the dates. Where were you at, Lupita, talking about dark skin? This is why I say this chick is a fraud. She's jumping on trends that another dark skinned woman has created and taking the credit for it because she has the fame and the money. But I call bullshit when I see it because I don't respect you at all. So let's keep going. 2013, I had produced a show at the University of South Florida out of my own money. Very, very hard when you don't have money and you're not famous. So that was 2013. I was able to get on Bay News 9. And I've been trying to get that clip where they interviewed me, and the headline was "Local Playwright Tackles Skin Tone Discrimination." This was in 2013. Lupita, you're not saying anything fucking new. You're regurgitating. You're a plagiarizer. Period. Nobody can deny this. Whether you like me or not, I care less. What I care about is what is factual. In 2013, Bay News 9, Virginia Johnson is the white lady that interviewed me. I still have some pictures. In 2013, I introduced the narrative of the bully for a dark-skinned girl. They got that flex in my complexion chick, the girl that came out light years after me. These people done seen my work because I've talked about this before. I went on television and I was interviewed. It ran as, on Bay News 9. They were promoting it. And I'm still trying to get a clip of it. If I get the clip, believe me, I'll put it up. But there's, you know how the internet still has like pictures of it. If you go to my Wikipedia, for example, that someone made for me after the Kendrick Lamar beef I had, they found that article, and it's there. If you go to my Wikipedia, and it says something to the effect of my interview with Virginia Johnson on Bay News 9. And it says that I tackled colorism, and it says 2013. Again, the years are there. So my point is, what these women are doing is nothing new. I actually created the entire lane. They're coming behind me, stealing, and not giving credit. And I got a big problem with that. Moving right along. So I interview on Bay News 9. I produced my show. I was on television. I was also written about in the Tampa Bay Times, which is the 5th largest newspaper in the United States, about my show. This is all on the internet. You can go do your research. This was in 2013, way before there was a Lupita talking about colorism. She's jumping on the bandwagon. I'm telling you, this is what it is. Y'all can be mad. I'm giving you the facts. And she's not the only one. There's others, but we're talking about her today. So in 2014, now let me backtrack a little bit here, because I gave y'all like the major things that happened. But in 2009, way before anybody talked about it. Look at these people's dates on their videos, and you'll see what I'm saying. Look at their years. I introduced the first dark skin colorism channel to social media via YouTube. Okay, 2009. And in 2012, I created the first show that exclusively deals with the issues of dark skinned women. I did that, not no YouTuber, not Lupita, Rashida Strawberry. And I want my motherfucking credit, because these bitches have done nothing but stole. That was 2012, and it was called A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, because I named it after my play, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. Now, during all of this, I was writing books. Lupita, I could give a less than a damn about your one dark skin book. I don't give a fuck, because you're following my format. I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. And I'm probably going to continue to hold that world record, because this is what I do. You're jumping on the trend, writing a book. I've been doing this since '98. So in between all that time, I was writing my books. I've written Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Hold on. Let's go grab the books. We got Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. We have A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, the book version of the play, Darkism. I also have How to Be the Hottest Dark Skinned Chick on the Planet, which I used to give away for years, way before Lupita and any blogger talked about dark skin. But dark skinned women started ripping off my work, so I took it off my website because they were stealing. So I decided I'm not going to give my stuff away for free if these people don't have the decency to say, you know what, I got this idea from Rashida Strober. She's the one who, you know, I had a blogger that I have to give credit to. she came and said, I remember when there was an episode on Love and Hip Hop, I believe Love and Hip Hop Atlanta it was, where Spice was talking about colorism. This woman was honest enough, this blogger came on, I didn't even know she did it. Somebody tagged me in it. Actually, she tagged me in it on Instagram. She said, you know what? This is not the first time you're hearing about colorism. I've been following Rashida 6 years ago, and that's where I learned about colorism from. She was honest about it. Shout out to you. This young lady has a big following on social media, and she was honest enough to say that. So I'm not talking about every dark-skinned woman, a black woman, but there's too many of them out there that have stolen from me and have not been honest. And I want my money and my credit, and I'm not going to stop until I get it. So back to what I was saying, the books. I'm not impressed by Lupita's one book. I've written more books on dark skin than any human being on earth. Any human being on earth. And just because I'm not famous, it doesn't mean a damn thing. You're not, you can't take it away from me. You can steal, you can go on these big platforms, but what you don't have is the credibility and the actual tangible results that I have. I have tangible results dating back from 98 until the present. And I'm gonna keep going with it. Y'all can steal from me all y'all want. I'm gonna keep right on going. I will be producing my play, and I don't give a damn what it takes. I'm gonna keep going. But along the way, the story of the dark-skinned activist is going to be told in all its facets with how dark-skinned women ripped me off and stole from me. I'm going to tell my story. I'm going to tell my story. This is the story of the dark-skinned activist, the story of the world's first and only dark-skinned activist. And now we on the chapter of how dark-skinned women, famous ones and ones on social media, rip me off. I'm not letting it go. Moving right along. So I continue to do my Darkism lectures that I've been doing since 98. I continue to produce my plays, even if it was on a low budget, I kept going. Okay. And in 2014, now this is when the social media masses got a hold of me. Now the white people had already, that's why I say, Lupita, you going on talking to white people about colorism? I did that already. That's not new. I was on television in 2013, interviewed by a white woman named Virginia Johnson about colorism. You're late. You're jumping on the bandwagon, period. And I'm letting it be known. Y'all don't believe me? Go research it. Go call Bay News 9. Ask them if Virginia Johnson, the entertainment news editor, interviewed a young lady about her play about dark skin in 2013. 2013. So here we are, 2013. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 6 years later, you mean to tell me now you're so interested in dark skin when you could have been did this at the beginning of your platform? Fuck out of here. Continuing right along. So again, I had already been exposed to white folks. They wrote about me and I was on television already done that before you, Lupita. You're not the first dark-skinned woman to talk about your colorism or darkism experience on television. Actually, Rashida Strober is, not you. With that being said, in 2014 is when Black people started to get a hold of me online, okay? They didn't know about this dark-skinned colorism thing. One of my fans, she's mixed race. She said, I thought this was crazy when I first heard you talking about it. That's what she said. She came on one of my videos. I was like, what the hell? Then that's what people said. What the hell is a dark-skinned activist? They didn't know. They didn't know what this colorism thing was all about. This darkism thing. They had no idea. In 2014, Tommy Sotomayor contacted me. I didn't contact him. Someone had been watching my page. That's why I tell y'all, they always sit back and watch me quietly. They submitted my page to Tommy Sotomayor, and Tommy Sotomayor then contacted me, and he said he wanted me to come on and talk about my dark skin agenda. This was 2014, light years before you. You was up there dealing with your Oscar from 20 Years a Slave. You was not talking about no dark skin. You was dealing with an Oscar from 12 Years a Slave. You were not speaking on colorism, dark skin. You're a fraud. You got this woman, myself, Rashida Strober, the dark skin activist, that has a track record stemming from 98 and a continuous track record. I just keep going, never backtrack, solid in mind. So Tommy Sotomayor brings me on in 2014, and I didn't know who the hell he was at the time. I was just like, I'm going on the show. Okay, fine, I'll go in there. I got my book. I'll talk about my dark skin agenda that I have been promoting since 1998, well before anybody else, well before social media. So I go on to Tommy Sotomayor. right? And I began speaking and conversing with him, and everybody that's watched that, they know we beefed. I didn't know who he was. We got in an argument, we beefed. And I had gone on social, I've been on Tommy Sotomayor twice. We since resolved the beef. But that was when Black people online got wind of what I was doing and who I was. But I still didn't see the plagiarizing and copying. People were saying I was crazy for talking about dark skin and colorism at that time. And I just kept doing it. I kept producing my plays. I kept writing my books. I just kept rolling. And well, there was no Lupita, but maybe she was, you know, her and her handlers were probably sitting back anonymously along with the other dark-skinned chicks and light-skinned chicks watching my channel, getting ready to steal. That's probably what they were doing. So 2015 comes along, and I'm continuing my work of dark-skin activism. I am the first person to do dark-skin counseling. Nobody else, you didn't do that. I'm not letting people take credit for what I created. I'm the first person to do colorism and dark-skin counseling. And I have been engaged in it for years. So I brought it online when I brought dark-skin activism and colorism and darkism online. There was a young lady back in 2015, April. She said I had been counseling her for a long time regarding darkism. So one day she hit me up and she said, "You seen Kendrick Lamar girlfriend?" I said, "I don't follow Kendrick Lamar like that. I'm not, you know, a fan like that." And she was like, "Google it." I went and Googled it. And in my usual candor, that's why I said this is real. I don't watch people and copy them. This is something that I have been doing for years. In my usual candor that I have been practicing for years regarding colorism, speaking out about it before anybody else start to do it or copy me and create channels, I went onto my social media and I said what I said about Kendrick Lamar. And it went crazy. It went viral to millions of people. And 2015 marks the year that Black dark-skinned women began plagiarizing me, and they have not stopped since 2015. Before 2015, you didn't see these big YouTubers talking about colorism. You didn't see nobody talking about colorism. It didn't exist. Go look at the dates. They ripped me off and stole from me. First, they said I was crazy. When the Kendrick Lamar thing went down, they called me all out my name. I got emails. I got death threats from dark-skinned people. I went through hell. And then these bitches come back and steal from me after I done took the hits for it. None of them. Lupita, you weren't nowhere around. That's why I can't respect you. You so a victim of colorism, but why you ain't help a dark-skinned woman that was getting attacked for talking about color? Where were you? The Black women bloggers who stole from me online, it's a lot of them. Where were y'all? They were sitting back watching, getting ready to steal. This is what these people do. I'm warning y'all, you'll see. When you put out something online and it's really good, if someone comes to steal, you can't say that you haven't been warned. Rashida Strober is here. I'm the poster child for people stealing from me. And they mocked me relentlessly. Like I said, I got death threats. I still have copies of it. I got emails, harassing emails. I went through hell for talking about colorism. And this bitch walks up onto this white man's show trying to act like she laid something down when you doing nothing but benefiting off of my hard work. And I cannot respect her. And, you know, I'm not going to really say, I got some other choice words for all of them. But right now, I don't have the level of respect that I had for dark-skinned women no more. And this is ironic coming from the world's first and only dark-skinned act, because how they done did me dirty. They've done me dirty. They've done me dirty. And the honest people, that's why I appreciate y'all that have investigated what I said, looked into what I said, and found out this girl is telling the truth. Y'all know I'm not. Y'all know. Y'all can feel me. And I appreciate y'all. I don't give a fuck about these trolls. I had one troll bitch that came onto Star's comment section trolling me, had the audacity to insinuate that I should not be on the Star Report talking about colorism. This bitch is sick. I created this whole lane. I'm the reason why anybody even talks about it. Why would I not be on the Star Report? This is the jealousy and the hatred and the evilness that other dark-skinned women have inflicted on me. They stole, continue to steal. They've caused me to lose revenue as well. And hopefully I'm able to, at some point, get an attorney because I've lost a lot of money from other dark-skinned women and light-skinned women, black women stealing from me. Because when I got wind that I was being plagiarized by women on YouTube, I had to take my videos down. And that caused me to lose revenue on my YouTube channel. That caused my views to go down. People say, well, you know, if you're the dark-skinned activist, why are your views so low? Well, my views was going crazy. YouTube was promoting me. If you go back years back, you will see, as I said, y'all need to do y'all research. Stop just listening to what somebody say. Research what they're saying to see if it's valid and true. If you go back to my videos from, I don't know, 2014, 2013, 2015, I had thousands and thousands of views. The views went down because YouTube penalized me, and I didn't know this would happen after I took down over, 250 videos. My views start, that's why. But I did that because of these black women on YouTube plagiarizing my work. They're directly responsible. I'm not going to blame YouTube for that. Not for that portion. I took my videos down to stop them from plagiarizing my work. So as a result, I lost channel views. I lost money. They're responsible for that. And if it kills me, I'm going to find a way to sue for that. I'm not going to allow that to ride. I'm not. I'm going to take some people to court. Eventually, I can't tell y'all when, but I'm going to take some people to court. So I just gave y'all, a brief rundown of my creation of dark skin act, because there's phases to dark skin activism. The creation of dark skin activism that came from my heart and soul, not from watching the video and copying another black woman. That came from my real experience of looking for somebody to be the dark skin activist and do what I'm doing. There was nobody that existed. And I developed it for years, spent years developing it, brought it to the social media masses, was mocked for it, and then black women turned around and stole it. And now we have people like Lupita going on talking about colorism and writing books and capitalizing off it when you had nothing to do with the inception of this lane. You are a colorism opportunist. And Darkism is the book that I wrote and coined, but I'm going to also call you a Darkism opportunist. That's what you are. And I have no respect for you. I have no respect for the dark-skinned women that have ripped me off and stole from me. And all of y'all owe me. You owe me an apology, and you owe me money. And you owe your audiences the right to know the truth. Your audiences have the right to know the truth about Rashida Strober, who you stole from. Let me make this clear. Because people are not understanding, because they're not, some of them are lazy or whatever, I don't know what the case may be, that the black women that are online talking about colorism now, they already had audiences prior to talking about colorism, and they didn't talk about colorism or dark skin to their audiences prior to me. That is very important. A lot of them know how to market. They're not creative. They had a problem with ideas and authenticity and originality, but they knew how to market. So when I went viral in 2015 with Kendrick Lamar and this new dark skin colorism thing came out, they said, "Oh, that's the perfect thing. I'm going to take this from her. I'm going to steal from her. I'm going to study her. I'm going to mock her, but then I'm going to turn around and create channels." And that's what all these chicks on YouTube talking about dark skin. It even parlayed over into reality TV. It all started with me. And I'm just going to tell you, go do your research. Don't come on my channel making blanket ignorant statements without providing valid truth. I had somebody that came on my channel saying that other people were talking about colorism before me, but they didn't provide proof. See, when I come and I tell y'all stuff, I can provide actual written documentation. I can provide actual proof. I can go back to St. Petersburg College and I can document that I gave my first darkism, colorism talk at St. Pete College in 98. Everything I'm saying can be documented. In 2013, I can document and prove that I was on television speaking to a white woman about colorism. Lupita, you're not the first to do that. You're famous and you got money. So you think it's okay to watch other black women like me who have a lesser money, lesser platforms, and still, but I'm telling you it's wrong. And I'm telling you there's a thing called karma. There's a thing called karma. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to listen to the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, the creator, the inventor, the designer, the architect of the first platform in history ever created for dark skin. Nobody else did that but Rashida Strober. Dark-skinned women, y'all owe me a debt of gratitude and money, and I'm not afraid to say it. For those of you that want to support the work that I do, you can go to my GoFundMe. I have a GoFundMe that they've even gone to my GoFundMe and ripped me off, y'all. It's so bad. These chicks are just evil, okay? But if you support the work that I do, go to my GoFundMe. My goal is to raise $1 million. Lupita, you need to drop that $1 million. You need to drop that $1 million in my GoFundMe because you're capitalizing off of what I created. And it's only right that I be compensated. If you donate $40 or more, you can get a copy of one of my books, Darkism, A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge, and Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Okay. Hold on. Also, you can go to, there's several ways you can give money to me. You can go to my GoFundMe. You can go to my PayPal. You can go to my Cash App. I put all the information below in the description. The thing is, here's the main reason why these people are stealing from me. It's money and opportunity. But I'm going to keep going. I don't want y'all to ever think that I'm not going to stop, because I'm going to continue producing my plays until the day I die. But I'm just making a point because I keep it real. The reason why these people are doing this to me because of the money and the opportunity. I don't have the money that I need on a bigger scale to produce the plays so that people can know the truth. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep running. I never quit. That's one thing you don't have on me. I'm a fighter to the end. I'm going to fight this to the end. I'm never going to stop telling the truth. I wrote a book and I've added the chapter on how I have been plagiarized. So people are going to know. They're going to get wind of it. I can't tell you when, but I'm putting the information out there. I'm putting the truth out there. Okay. So yeah, if you want to make contributions, financial contributions, you have 3 ways to do it. You can go to my PayPal, my GoFundMe, my Cash App. All the information is there. My PayPal email address is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. My Cash App is Rashida Lala. And my GoFundMe, all you got to do is, Google that or go to all the information is going to be in the description box. My website is darkskinactivist.com, darkskinactivist.com, aka colorismactivist.com. You can go get there as well by going there. And if you want to interview me, hit me up. You can hit me up in the comment section. You can email me. Again, go to my website. My email address, all my contact information is there. Go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. But make sure you make those financial donations because I'm not going to stop. What I can promise you, I don't know the outcomes of stuff, but I'm a fighter and I'm not going to stop for the legacy that the dark-skinned activist Rashida Strober, the first woman to introduce the colorism narrative to the world. I am not going to stop until people understand what I created. I am not going to stop. I don't care what I have to do. I'm not going to stop. Thank you. Share, subscribe, and donate. I will talk to you guys again soon. I'm out.